So in 2 days time, we are going to see how solo leveling Arise truly works with the rate up banners. What I mean by that, we will see on whether or not a beast is going to be added to the roster on the draw custom banner. That will kind of determine going forward on, I guess, people going about on skipping, summoning, and how valuable of rate up characters truly are. Because obviously when the game initially first came out with the global version, Choi was thrown into the rate up list. Something which I spoke about way beforehand was that I was saying that when Alicia drops, that is when Beast is going to get into or added to the rate up custom draw banner. Which means if that is the case, then that classes as a Cheyenne dropping when the character after Alicia releases, so the new SSR after Alicia, when that character releases, then Cheyenne will then go into the rate up custom draw banner. Now, saying all of that and knowing that Cheyenne is, you know, she's a strong character, especially with how she's coming across within the game. One thing which it's that I'm questioning are certain national level hunters. I don't deem them fit enough to be rate up banners to then just casually go into the custom draw. These are national level hunters. These are hunters that can take out an entire army, of course. They are the best of the best. They are the strongest of the strongest. We are lucky to have one of them being the main MC, being Jinwoo. He is surpassing them, to be fair, right? Hence why he's the main MC, and hence why we've got access to him at the very beginning. Makes sense. Although if they did a separate, if they did a gacha game where Jinwoo wasn't like our main character to how it is right now with the game, and they actually made him like a summonable character, yeah, that would go crazy with revenue, to be honest. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But if you guys can remember, there was a voting poll. And within the voting poll, in terms of hoping to see a future character debut soon, we had the ranking 1 and ranking 2 of the national hunters being Thomas and then of course Liu Zhanggang. Hopefully I said that right. But yeah, seeing those two names appear already, just as solo leveling is, well, it's not even been a month, to be honest. The game's not even been out for a month, and we're already seeing big names. It begs the question on where are we going with this, because in terms of storyline with where the game is at right now, it's way further ahead. And look, I mean, I would love to see the characters come early, I'm not complaining about that, but at the same time I don't mind waiting. You know, I don't mind having them drop a little bit later on, just because they are the toughest of the bunch. Now, just to give you guys more of an insight on the national hunters themselves, obviously we got Thomas. I've ranked them in the correct order, of course. So we've got the strongest from USA, Liu, which is of course China's strongest, being the second toughest. We've got Christopher, which I think it's from the US. I don't know much about him. This is one of the spiritual manifestation moves that he's got. We don't see too much of him because of certain monarchs ruining it for us, but I won't go into details of that. And then I'm just gonna say Sid. I'm never gonna attempt that. This is the fourth national hunter from India, but we don't know what he looks like, so just I don't know. So that's current. I believe there's also a healer, but we don't know who the healer is. But Sung Jinwoo classes as well. I don't know if you want to class Sung Jinwoo as he kind of surpasses the national hunters in terms of power level. So I mean, you can kind of count it if you want to add him in. But there is a healer, but I don't know who the healer is, so we'll just kind of leave that be. Just to give you guys a bit of a backstory how the national hunters came about. This was the first S rank raid, and a lot of S rank died, and the remaining S ranks are the ones that are classed as national hunters. There you go. And that's kind of like the quick story, to be honest. And so when these specific characters are coming about, I don't think a regular rate up banner will suffice to them just casually go into the custom draw banner. I feel like with characters that are just ridiculously strong, especially with how they're put within the show to kind of put them on a pedestal of how strong they are, I will say that maybe we could expect some exclusiveness going on in terms of festival banners. We haven't had anything like that. I mean, again, it's early to actually even talk about this, but the fact of the matter that they are bringing these characters in the game, I do feel like that they need to be put on a bit of a higher pedestal. And so if we're talking at it from a gacha perspective, it has to be in a more exclusive manner. It has to be in its own festival big banner, right? And then going forward, that will then apply another banner, but more of a celebration type of banner. There you go, for like big celebration times. So as we're aware, the first big celebration that is going to be happening is in 100 days time, with the 100-day celebration for Solo Leveling Arise. Could we expect Thomas then? I would like to think so. The fact that we voted, and it's to say that they're considering, or well, they will more than likely debut him sooner rather than later, it then also gives us time to furthermore go into the game as it progresses through the story. So it kind of gives them that break, gives them that time, and I truly do believe that the 100-day celebration, if they want to cater to the voting side of things, then that's going to be the case. And through that, it being the celebration time, they can then introduce the festival banner, the solo leveling. I don't even know how to word it. Solo leveling festival. I mean, they can't name it National Festival Hunter banner, because the thing is, going forward, because there's only, you know, there's only so many of these national hunters, aka being 4, well 5 typically, but 4 to summon from. They would have to overall name it Festival Banner, so that way what they can do going forward is they can re-release characters and whatnot and just make them even more broken, basically make them festival worthy. But in my opinion, it has to be the National Hunters. They have to come in a way of just being the top, like the best of the best. I do not know what's going to be happening on when or when they can introduce the 4th highest ranking National Hunter, because we don't know what he looks like, so God knows that. And then of course with Christopher, we don't know his moveset. God knows what's we don't know the full grasp of it. But yeah, we've only got the 1 and 2, hence why that's probably why they mentioned him in the or mentioned them within the voting poll. So that's kind of where my mind is at right now. To think that we could potentially get them, or get Thomas coming in a little early, I don't know how much I don't know how fitting that would be. But more importantly, I feel like a festival banner or something unique has to be done, and there has to be some exclusiveness going on there with characters like that. So yeah, that's kind of where my mind is at, and that is something which I truly do believe that they're thinking about, only because of how strong of a character they are, and within the show, with how they actually explain on how OP, how broken, how powerful that they actually put these characters on a pedestal, in terms of just kind of being the hunters to take on whoever, whatever. So with all that being said, festival banners for the national hunters to introduce into the game, I think 100-day celebration will be the perfect timing. It needs to be celebration time, because these are the hunters. They are hype characters, celebration characters worthy. And they need to come in strong, because they are strong. There's no multiplayer going on with this game. Broken, I don't care. Make them broken. We do not care. Make them broken. There's no online, there's no multiplayer stuff to this game. So I want them to be broken. And from that, that's kind of where my mindset is at right now. I need them to be introduced in a big way. So what are we thinking? Festival banners? Exclusive, making it so that they don't go into the custom, making it so that their banners have to be rerun, so they can do a rerun. So if Thomas comes in first and loses second festival banner for the half anniversary, let's just say it like that, right? Then half anniversary banner leading into Liu's release, being the half anniversary character, maybe 2 weeks or a week before, they'll do a Thomas rerun festival banner leading into the next festival banner. Or maybe they can make Thomas be put into the festival banner, but I think money wise they would want to do a rerun banner just to kind of make money from it. I think that might be the case. So what are we all thinking?